They started making me compete with Travis. I don't want to compete with Travis. Man, I wasn't even the same animal as Travis. Next thing you know, I'm competing with Gary Gage and Travis and all that. Boy, look what I got. I've seen you watch that Badlands Chugs. You might not know Travis. You might not know Gary Gage. They're old friends from Tennessee. They live in Tennessee. Who knows if you'll ever see them? I don't know if they go to Nashville very much, but maybe they do. And I got these. I haven't had these since the United States. Funyuns. Man, so I was eating at these last night. There you go. Taylor Swift, new album, but it was her not wearing makeup. I think that was the most tastiest part. She was always working so hard. I'm surprised to see how clear her face is. She took care of herself really well. Anyway, I haven't drank much of this this lemonade before, so I bought it. Brisk lemonade. It's good. I remember in middle school in Tennessee, we were quite wealthy. And I wanted to make something out of it. I said, who the hell's this Taylor Swift? Because I was in Linden. I was like, none of these girls are as rich as this Taylor. So this Taylor's the richest, or Miley Cyrus. But they said she was on tour. She was impossible to find. Then she had those hit records. I was like, holy fuck, she's way better than me. The hit records that she had. She had some hit records. So then I forgot about her. She was like a superhero. Even living in Tennessee, I never seen her. But there were Tennesseans that knew her, that would try to protect her, that wouldn't talk about, tell me where she was or anything like that. Because if I knew where she was, I probably would have captured her. Our property was so big. We were doing so good ourselves. I used to sing her songs. Yep. I never did get any recordings of me singing her songs, but I used to sing her songs really well, too. Because I just used to be listening to the radio in Tennessee when we would drive in the truck. And then eventually I got on the internet, started listening to the black music on YouTube. My dad, I knew it wasn't working out. So then I moved to Canada. I said, I'll go back to Canada because it's nice and feels like I own the place up here, because everybody lives in the U.S. For some reason, they don't even come up to Canada. But then, I liked her album, the one, the pop one, the 89. That one's pretty dope. I listened to that one in Canada. And then I think I listened to a lot of the 2008 ones again in Canada. Got to watch it on the 4K, the HD 4K, and my room, and then the other one, and then another screen. A lot of different screens I've seen them on. So it was different. When I was a kid, I didn't get to see the HD 4K versions of it with the high definition audio and all that like I do now. Getting to sit back, drinking a Brisk, smoking weed, and all that. I didn't get to do that. I didn't get the whole experience down in Tennessee. I said, fuck, I want the whole experience. I said, the home entertainment experience, you know. All those videos, it's great. Yeah, she's got probably about 3 or 4 videos you get lost in. I did anyway, from 2008. The White Horse, the other ones. Everyone loves those ones. I remember the girls, even the girls used to talk about her. This is before it all switched over, eh? When they were processing. I remember in 7th or 8th grade, the girls were like in love with Taylor Swift, and then they started to grow for themselves at that exact moment. It was right after the White Horse and all that. Some of them were quick on it. They done knew it. Like, damn. Like, I remember one of the girls, I think Bethany, said something about White Horse and blah, blah, blah. And it's just coming to me now. So that's how ahead they were with it. I was like thinking, oh, I got to go. A lot of them got married and everything right quick. But I was like, I guess I could have gave myself to people. But at the same time, I had a lot of duties to do. I was broke. I had a lot of money to make myself. But then my grandfather, I had to come back to Canada. A lot of family. My grandfather was getting old. He was going to pass away. I wanted to see him. My dad still lives in Tennessee. We used to live in Florida. Besides school and all that. We had property. Fuck, I used to do all types of shit. Ride my dirt bike. Ride my go-karts. We would go to Daytona 500. We would go to places. We had money, bud. We would go to restaurants. I don't know who the fuck some of these free lunch kids are. But there was a year and a half that I was hanging out with the free lunch kids and shit. Fuck, I was a free lunch kid too. I used to eat double lunches. Look at how fucking fat I am. I used to eat mad double lunches. But a year and a half's a long time. But that's when they were all watching that Taylor Swift. I was going to quit school right away. I didn't even know why we were going to school. Because it was causing problems at the house. Me and my dad were on business, and I was still going to school. So it caused trouble with my dad and with some of the kids. Because we were in 8th grade, we were doing Civil War lesson. We were learning about the Civil War. So in the United States, when kids are learning about the Civil War, they get riled up from like fucking probably about 13 years old or 14 years old all the way till about 26. They're riled the fuck up over the Civil War. It's all war. And then they finally, but that's how it is. And my dad got hit off guard because he never used to talk to me as a man. He would just treat me as a kid and say, oh, you don't understand. But he didn't understand either that there were people getting off on his money. So once I seen that, I said, I'm going to Canada. None of these people would be able to come up to Canada. I'm a citizen of Canada too, dual citizen. I said, I'm flexing my right. I said, Obama's coming in. I knew what they were doing. They're strickening down. I said, I'm going back to Canada to make it happen. And it's been wonderful, wonderful. I don't have to deal with any of the harassments that I did down there. There's a lot of harassment that goes on down there. Me and Phil Thompson are actually pretty good friends. Same with Cam. We keep our distance. We're friends at a distance. And hell, like, I love Cam and Phil and all them from a distance, but I don't want to be anywhere near them. And same goes for them to me. But we're cousins, and I like the way we sit. It's a lot better than sitting anywhere else, is how I was born in this area. And that's how a lot of people were. They were in the areas in which they were born at. So I want my dad to come back to Canada. I think that's the best thing for him, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble when he needs health care. Because I just needed health care. I was in the hospital 3 months, and it was great. It was like a penthouse suite up in the sky, 7th floor. You had a really nice hospital bed to be lifted high. You got breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Lots of really great food. Your health card, you know. I have my health card. It pays for that. Medication. Very lucky I didn't get stuck. Because there's people that can get stuck. My dad was the one that went on this road trip. We went on this road trip down the eastern United States. We were in Canada. I got my blood tested. I was supposed to be like this dual citizen. And we took this field trip or whatever. And then I went to school for a little bit. Next thing you know, my dad abandoned me down there, was abandoning me. And he got married, and he divorced my mom, and he tried to, and he did. He stole the house, stole everything that we lived in, and married this new woman when we were on our... So then I got stuck. I was basically stuck in the U.S. as this second-class citizen. I said, what the fuck? I wasn't even being where was my fucking anything? I didn't have anything. No social security number. Nothing. And then how was I supposed to go in there? My dad basically abandoned me. I'm a Canadian citizen. I have my Canadian birth certificate. Where's this dual citizenship? Because my dad had all my paperwork and he stole it. So I was a dual citizen, and my dad got jealous that I was a good-looking guy. I started to do all right, like figure stuff out to make my own money. So he stole everything I had. He stole my clothes. He stole I'm lucky I got my Canadian birth certificate. That's all he would give to me. He stole my citizenship paperwork. He stole all that kind of stuff. And then he tried to fabricate it and make it look like, so they defamated my character, which is illegal under law. They did this fake defamation of my character. They stole my green card, all that, so I couldn't go to the DMV and get a social security. My dad tried to ruin my whole thing. So then I had to escape, like escaping the Amish or escaping human trafficking. And I came up to back to Canada, where I had my official birth certificate citizenship. Thank God my mom held on to it. There was this bad, retarded divorce and all that. My he doesn't have any of his teeth. Go look at him. He can't even give you a smile. It's all smashed into pieces. Just like he deserved to get, and he'll get what he deserves, because this is legalities, and it's ruined a lot of people's lives, and it's ruined a lot of business because of my dad's fabrication and other fabrications that are illegal under law. So that's all being ironed out, and my dad will get ironed out, and you can't do that. Have fake citizenships, and it was all a family agreements, and then that's adultery under law. But they treated my mom like she didn't have any legalities because she was a dual citizen from Canada. So my dad didn't get charged with adultery. My dad didn't pay child support. He got away with thieving the inheritance. He murdered his parents. Yep. It was an illegal inheritance from the get-go. You could do a DNA swab. You could dig up the grave over in Hillsburg. Or where is it? There's Tom Slote and Margaret Slote are buried over in Ontario. You'd have to search up their grave, but they're over by somewhere specifically over by this, I think just outside of Erin or Acton. If you could have a mortician dig them up and do a swab on their mouth and see if there was on Margaret's mouth, because I witnessed when I was a kid, I witnessed the sounds that my dad would rape and kill her. So if you could do a swab, I guarantee that would prove justification that it was a murder. And then John would be then prosecuted and would have to forfeit the entire monies that John has. which isn't much because he was an idiot. The property just sold for $1.3 million, but John only sold it for maybe $100 and something thousand. Something that was supposed to be sold for he's done that his whole life. He sold Cedar Creek Road. That was a historic property. You could have priced that. The land went up. It's 2022, kid. That Cedar Creek Road could have been sold for $5 million. That was historic. It was the way you had to sell it. You had to sell it. Historic Cedar Creek Road property. He was biker bar, 100. Here, I'll sell it for 50 grand. Fucking idiots in America. And now he lives on the side, because I don't live down in that area, Appalachia. I live in like a really nice Memphis style, like a brand new Memphis apartment with the air conditioning and all. So and plus I live in Canada, so it's a double good for me. He lives down in Appalachia in the middle of fucking right outside of Memphis. In this little what's called a shotgun house. Yep. He's riding shotgun all the way in Tennessee. Riding shotgun. But there's people I like in Tennessee. I like Tanner Hudson. He's a $1.7 million man. And I like Taylor Swift. And I like that Miley. And I like her dad. But they're real people to me. John thinks they're celebrities. They sit down on their, him and Nikki, they're big into their celebrities. First it was Tom Petty. I am too, but at least I'm making the videos. John's making videos now. He's always been against videos. Yeah, I used to not wear glasses. Now I got the glasses. I got 2 pairs of expensive glasses. I never had glasses back then. John stole my glasses. We went to Walmart. We had my eyes tested. We got my benefit. He paid for my glasses. Next thing you know, my glasses were missing and they were his glasses. You know why he's not very smart? If you buy off him on eBay, he's going to ship it to some random person, okay? For $25 or $30 or whatever, he'll ship it. But he doesn't realize he's fucked over some big people. And he thinks eBay's so important. Okay? He thinks eBay's so important, but I swear to God, one of these days, if he don't come through, I'm going to knock his ass out. All right? Because I didn't knock him out before. I was just kidding with him before. I'm a big mafia boss. Everybody knows Stacks and Millie's a big mafia boss. And he has tried to put me, he's just a snitch. John is a pure snitch and a thief. And he's doing illegal things. Drinking and driving. He's big drinking and driving on his motorcycle. He fell off the motorcycle one night when I was there. He went through a big immaturity time. So did I. Yeah. I like how my dad set it all up, though. Nikki's much like an Obama. Even I sprouted a few grays. That Obama. He was my big investment, that Obama. Back then, you wouldn't have been able to get Tom to lift a finger. I mean, ask my dad. It wasn't until Obama that I started to get to work, really, I swear. And that's what we all wanted. We used Obama, which I feel bad for Obama. He worked so hard. He was one of the best presidents we had my generation. Last night I said, what happened to the Obamacare? It was great. It was just like the Canadian system, you know, the free health care. Americans were getting it. I can't believe that side won. There was a whole side. It was like something about Obamacare. That Obamacare was real shit, and you're gonna pay for it in 20 years. Or your families. Some of you are rich. You got cousins and shit that needed that Obamacare. Boy. Just because the millionaire or the billionaire had to pay some tax, they already are fucking rich. The tax don't even make shit to them. There's people that are starving even for a fucking $2 bag of Funyuns. And fucking the millionaires, billionaires can't even pay the fucking tax. What atrocity is that bullshit? Fucking scumbags. They're scumbags, boy. I know this millionaire family, Lutners, are fucking straight scumbags. They got 15 million. And they used me for my fucking motivational speaking and shit. Didn't even pay me, fuckers. Fucking scammers, straight scammers. He knew what the deal was the whole go. He was supposed to pay me. Fucking goof. Contacted me for fucking motivational speaking. Oh, I'm your biggest fan. Your brother's biggest fan. I love the music. Then I do the whole motivational speaking. He shows me the bank. He's supposed to send $50,000 for all the fucking education he got from Canada and shit. Like he's not the same person. He's learned a lot. I taught Jeremy a lot. Starting to pay up, motherfucker. 15 million in your Wells Fargo. You can't even fucking transfer me, wire me a fucking 100 grand. What's wrong with you, Jeremy? You got something wrong with you, bro. If you can't. He's got something wrong with him if he doesn't realize fucking he's supposed to be wire transferring me 100 grand. It ain't that fucking much, kiddo. Fucking pay up your dues, bitch. Get in contact. Okay? Get in contact. Alright? Because the longer you wait it off, Jeremy, I promise, alright? It's going to catch up on you, man. Okay? You know how it is in the world. You're a 15 millionaire man. And there's a guy that you owe 100 grand or whatever, you pay him off. You just wire fucking transfer. You ask me for my wire info and I send it and you send the money. It ain't that big of a deal, man. You owe money. From College Park, when you would come off of school and I helped tutor you back to school. You were having a hard time. That's what the first thing you told me. I'm having a hard time. I'm not going to pass school. I was the one that helped you pass. I said, okay, smoke a little marijuana. That'll ease your mind. You're going to go out of this world and you're going to come back to it. Because he was so low. He was so low, I said, if you get some weed, he never had it before, you'll get high because you're doing so low right now. Because he had never gotten high before. Okay? He was in this one world like, come on, man, send me 100 grand from that world, bro. You're from a whole different world. And the way you shut me off out of that world is not right, man. Because I did help you. And that's what family members would do, but that's what the courts are for. And we all know that generally somebody like you is going to have to pay out some settlement. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. That was good as hell. What was that? Lemonade and the Funyuns and the orange? Shout out to Badlands. He does a way better job than me.